By now, I hope you know all about MERS Goodwill, but do you know about the Excel Center, where there's opportunity, there's hope, there's belief that you can overcome anything you thought you couldn't in the past? This is where you get your high school diploma. This is where they get you ready for college and ready for your life. We're here to tell their stories. Come along with me. Mark, thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
What an incredible organization. On so many levels, I loved doing the feature that we did just a couple of weeks ago, but now we're here, now we're in your home. So there are so many people that I've been talking to that have said, wait, I know about Goodwill, I've never heard of the Excel Center. And that is why I love that we're doing this, to talk about what you're doing. So what was your background before coming to the Excel Center?
Well, I was almost a teenager. I mean, I've been in the organization 28 years.
Wow.
I had the pleasure of getting to be the first superintendent as we started the Excel Center 8 years ago. So I was part of the team that kind of launched the initial 3 schools. And then, of course, now we're up to 7.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just opened Kansas City, right?
Just opened Kansas City in October, which was neat. That's something that, even though Goodwill has territories, the legislature has really been asking for a number of years, when are we bringing this to Kansas City?
Sure.
So very proud of being able to launch that there.
So again, as an organization as a whole, we're talking about almost 3 decades. And now for the last almost decade, you've seen this growth and this evolution. And I always ask everybody the same question about pride and what you're proud of. Not just you, but faculty, the students, where they're going in life. As you kind of put it all together of what you've watched in the last 8 years, what would you say that would be?
You know, as you say that, I mean, I get goosebumps, and it's a very easy answer. The Goodwill has been around for over 100 years, and mostly what we've done is help people with employment. Right. And so, as you're working with people with disabilities or disadvantages, or facing whatever challenge in their life and the life of their family, and helping them think through, how can we help you build a career? For many, many years, the hardest conversation is somebody who wants to do something but doesn't have the educational background. And we have to say, well, it sounds like a great fit, great opportunity to support yourself and your family and kind of establish this career. Go off into the GED or high set world, right. Earn your high school degree, and then come back. It's just it's a lot to ask of somebody who maybe failed for any number of reasons the first time to finish. And so for us to open this opportunity for people to earn that high school degree here and be able to move on and establish that career that they've dreamt of is just unbelievable. I mean, it is quite literally opening a kind of a second front on a war on poverty, which is, I think, at the heart of the work that we do.
Right, and nothing should ever be kept from someone when they are dreaming so big and they want it and they know it's in their grasp. Some of the students we already talked to and others we're going to talk to, it is, people didn't believe in me. They threw me away as if I was trash. They said I would never be anything, and the tears come out, the chills come out.
You're right. The bravery that it takes to kind of convince your own internal doubts, that your own voice, and then the voice maybe of those around you, family, friends, that say, this is a silly pursuit. It's unbelievably brave.
And you don't listen to that chatter.
It is hard to do, and I'm so proud of every one of our graduates that walk across the stage, because every one of them has been able to silence that chatter, and it's now gone, right? They're now able to say, I did this. This is something I accomplished. What's next? Not that we want labels in life, but this is a label that I think they have proudly earned and want to forever say, I have that diploma. I am a graduate. It's such a great observation, right? They come in as that label is high school dropout. They leave not just high school graduate, but for about 65% of them, college credit and or a credential on top of it. So they're not taking one step, they're really taking 2 giant steps. Now I'm I'm a college student, right? But that is a huge change.
Well, and then also, Mark, the partnerships that you must have, whether it is trades and business, that they're like, I can't wait to have them. We need really skilled employees. I mean, we look at the world where people used to say, I can't get a job. Now it is, I need people to work for us.
And if you can manage your adult responsibilities to earn a high school degree and kind of get through that process, what an ideal employee to be able to hire.
So where do you see the Excel Center in the next 5 to 10 years?
Well, I mean, certainly in the past 8 years, we've just grown a fair amount. I think, Goodwill is not known for education. So I think part of this has been just establishing who we are, what we want to do, what is our place within education, to the high school districts, as well as to our partners in industry and community college. And I think deepening those relationships is part of what we'll be doing in the next few years. I do think we'll continue to grow.
That's what I'm getting at. It's like, we know Kansas City just opened, but I would imagine that if I call you in a couple years, you'll be like, guess what? Another campus, another campus?
It is, with roughly 600,000 Missourians without a high school degree, you can say we're scratching the surface. It's a meaningful and important scratch, but it's not, there are lots of places where we need, where there's an opportunity to provide this service.
And this is what's waiting for you. So excited. Mark, you and your staff. And the other thing that I love is that you may have people that are in the industry. They've been teachers for a while. They are retiring, but they're retiring and they're like, I still have more to do. Then they make the transfer over here. I know one in particular that I'm going to talk to that was in the education system, taught in regular K through 12, and was like, wait till you see what I'm doing now.
It is, we did almost 300 interviews for those initial 3 schools to get about 35 staff. And I would tell you the thing we heard most was the recognition for teachers that kids along the way slipped through the cracks. And this was their opportunity to go back and work with kind of those same kids now as adults who don't have to do this, but are here because they want to do it.
Absolutely. Well, Mark, thank you.
Thank you.
Keep doing the great work that you're doing.
Thanks.
So Jen, you've been here for 7 years?
I have, 7 years.
So what was your background in?
So I ran a daycare previous to this in a high school, and then I worked EMS for approximately 10 years prior to that.
All right, fantastic. So you come here 7 years ago and you get to take care of the little kiddos.
I do, I love it. It's
How
my
fulfilling
favorite.
is it?
It's awesome.
Yes?
It's great.
What part?
I love seeing our kiddos come in and our mamas in the beginning of their journey with us. And they're, all in different levels of life. And then as they're with us a little longer, we see a lot of growth. We see growth in the children, we see growth in the moms and the dads too, and the parents. And it's pretty cool to feel the family vibe that we have going. And our kids will come in and we see them as littles, and then as their moms are walking, they're getting ready for like preschool and kindergarten and all the fun things after their parents leave us.
Yeah, and so we're featuring so much of the Excel Center, but a lot of people might not know that there's a daycare here.
There is.
So that you really have taken the guesswork out of all of it. You just want the adults to come in and be able to focus on, you get your diploma, you get the certifications, you get to transfer into this life that maybe you never thought you were going to be able to have.
Right, and sometimes the parents will come to us and you can see that they're struggling with one thing or another, and depending on who they feel comfortable with, and a lot of times it's me, especially when it's concerning their kids, and if we see some developmental issues, we help them with that and finding resources. If we know that there's food insecurities or things like that, or getting clothes for their children, we try to help bridge that gap. Sure. We're here for anything that they can bring us.
And so the daycare, again, it's all about flexibility for them to, and we'll talk about the scheduling of their classes, et cetera. But the daycare hours are?
We are open if the school is open.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and the great thing is the kids get to watch the pride in what is to come.
Yeah.
And you said little ones, so babies to what age?
6 weeks to 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So as you see them, getting a little bit older, it is the role model that they're becoming for them. Mm-hmm. That's what I think really has to be so fulfilling, because they're watching that. So do you ever hear them say anything to you about how proud they are of mom or dad?
Yes, and we promote that as well, right? So we talk to the kids about why they're here and why they're here with their parents. And we help them understand that this is something to be proud about, you know, and why you should stay in school.
Yes.
And finish school.
That's what I mean.
Education is important. And yeah, so we try to help foster that excitement also.
Sure.
So.
And then also that if, in fact, there's a journey like the mom and dad had, there's this waiting there for them to where they can get that diploma.
Yes, that's
so
true.
Lastly, what do you feel is the most fulfilling aspect of your position?
The most fulfilling is being able to be here as a sounding board for the parents when they need help, and just to be supportive of anything that they can throw at us.
Well, you're an angel, I hear. The kids, a lot of them are like, she gets the fun job. She gets to play with the kids all day
Yeah,
long.
I really love it a lot.
Thank you for what you do.
Yeah, thanks. I love it. Wouldn't have it any other way.
So Kirsten, we are so excited to be here. We've talked to some of the faculty and we've talked to the students, talked to your CEO. I love to hear firsthand what makes you wake up in the morning and say, I can't wait to get into my job.
The best part about this job is every day I can watch our students grow. It's really neat to see them come in. A lot of them have had past educational traumas. They don't enjoy school, they don't like school, and they have no confidence in themselves. So to watch them grow and realize they can do hard things is the coolest thing ever.
It's interesting, right? We could all go back when we were in high school and you're like, oh, I'm dreading this, I'm dreading that, but I look forward to this. This is, I'm making a choice. We've been talking a lot about people thinking, well, you didn't have it, you failed. In their minds, you failed. You're never going to do this, and here they are. It's a different mindset, I would believe.
It's a completely different mindset. So having taught traditional education for a long time and the students were forced to be there, it was not always fun, but everybody here wants to be here. They come with a positive attitude. They want to learn, and that makes it so exciting. And like you said, they may have failed before, so our key word here is yet. You haven't done it yet, but they're going to, and they don't give up. They really work hard, and that's so awesome to see. They want to hear from us, which is, again, not something we're used to in traditional education. They want to know what we have to say, and they want to learn.
Kirsten, you're right. I mean, I'm listening to the students say, I couldn't do it without this. Their support behind, that's got to feel good to you.
It feels great. Like, I mean, yeah, you come to work for a paycheck, right? But really, they make us feel so good about ourselves. Like, you know, you always have that one student that is like, kind of makes you think, is this really the job for me? But you don't have that here. Everybody just makes you feel like you're doing something to help them. And they're so appreciative and so happy to learn. And that's really the best part.
And you've been here how long?
About 2.5 years.
Okay, so in that time period, what do you hear if you put it all together? Are there some words or are there some phrases that stand out that you hear from everyone that blends together that allows our community to say, well, I want to be a part of that?
Growth and opportunity. Our students are really growing. They even look back, and I've had one last term say, man, the person I was when I started, that's not who I am now. And I love to have our students who have been here for a while tell that story to our new students, and they do. Just stick with it. Just stick with it. You'll get there. You'll get there. Even if you have to quit for a little while and come back, just don't give up. That's the phrase, that they just don't give up.
That's a good point, because we talked about that on the show, that if it's not the time to finish it, it's sitting here, it's waiting here for you.
Right.
No one's going to close the door on you.
No, life gets in the way. Life, as they like to say, life is life, and sometimes,
Yeah.
but we're still here. You can take care of what you need to take care of and come back. You just pick up where you left off.
And the
that's
flexibility
great thing.
aspect, the funding that's out there for you, the daycare, I mean, so many levels. Lastly, why would you tell someone that's watching this today to enroll?
Opportunity for growth. And I think that everybody should grow all of the time, no matter what. But if you don't have your high school diploma, this is such a good stepping stone. I think so many people don't know where to start, and we're a great place to start.
And so the day they walk that stage, they get that cap and gown. Are you crying?
Oh my gosh, bawling. You have never seen anything like it. I've gone to a lot of graduations in my life. None of them are like the Excel
this
Center
is different.
graduations.
It's different.
Much more emotional, much more exciting. It's different for
And
sure.
then that door is open for more to walk in.
Exactly.
Well, do the wonderful work you're doing and don't stop anytime soon.
Thank you for coming. This was awesome.
So Lori, you've been here 4 years, right?
That's right.
I just love people that are brand new, people that have been here for a long time, or we talked to your CEO, obviously, almost 30 years with MERS Goodwill. So much good that's happening here.
Right.
What keeps you telling everyone, telling the world how proud you are?
Honestly, we have a fantastic program here. The idea of adults getting a high school diploma is new to a lot of people. When I tell people what I do, they often will say, oh, GED. No, this is not a GED. This is a diploma program. And honestly, it's so much more than that. It's job training, it's support because our students have so many responsibilities and they need support. Yeah. And it's just preparation for their next steps and kind of, somebody on their team while they do this thing.
Right, and they got life. I mean, it's so very different from thinking I'm a teenager, I'm going to school because I have to go to school. Yeah. The mindset's different. You might have kids, you might be married, you might have all these people around you saying, why are you doing this?
Right, and honestly, it's a privilege to be able to focus on nothing but your education, but our students aren't in that position. They are paying the rent, they are feeding themselves and other people, they're often taking care of generations above and below, and they have huge amount of responsibilities. Yeah. And so I think the fact that they're here at all already, to step in the door is already a sort of display of incredible strength.
Right, and they come back. And then if life gets in the way and they can't, like we've been talking about, it's waiting there for them. In your 4 years, is there a standout moment that you think, oh my goodness, it brings me to tears or it gives me chills of what that person overcame?
It's not necessarily how I look at it, but I will say every graduation, we sit in the auditorium and I watch people cross the stage and I think about all of the talents that they have, all of the hopes and dreams that they have. And honestly, I don't want you to tell the CEO this, but they could pay us in graduations. It is such a motivating evening because I'm telling you, this program, it does change lives and education does change lives. And I guess.
Would you like me to get you some more money? You all deserve it. Well, you know what? And we talk about people coming from whatever walk of life before they work here. So before you were here,
right?
You were?
I had a career in the Catholic schools. Okay. I loved teaching in the Catholic schools. I loved my students. I remember I took a hiking vacation right before I started here, and I remember walking around thinking, I am really going to miss those teens. And I am telling you, I do not. This is the best teaching gig I could imagine. And our students are they just bring so much here, so much life, so much wisdom, so much talent, so much insight. It's very different. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like it's very different from high school teaching. Yeah. And I loved teaching kids.
Well, but I also love the fact that it is a continuation for those of you that got into education in whatever realm it is.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm not done. And now I get to come over here. Yeah. Oh, I don't want to end anytime soon.
I was never at an end in my career. This was a change of jobs. I did not retire here, and I have a big family. I raised a lot of kids, and then I started teaching late. So I had only been teaching maybe 15 years when I came here. So I still think of myself as young in my career.
Absolutely.
Even if not,
Hey, that's like the trend now.
Oh, okay.
Lastly, you say Excel Center, and you want the community to think what words?
Adult high school diplomas. That's a new concept, and I feel like if we could get that word out, more people would be coming here because it's a new idea.
And we are. Thank you for what you're doing. Chance, this is getting very exciting. But I say that, and then I wonder, is it scary? Is it exciting? Are you getting emotional? Because you are just weeks away from graduating.
I'd say it's all of the above. It's a mix of emotions, and they're good feelings, though. It's like getting ready to achieve something so positive and so well thought through and organized means a lot, and it feels good to do.
So when you decided you wanted to come here, what was going on in your life before that?
I was a single mom, 3 kids, kind of lost, unorganized, felt the void, didn't know what to do. And school, it was a big part of my life. It was a big part of my problems that I had. So I decided to come back, and the Excel Center was supportive of that.
Absolutely, and I just love the community support, and we always say, what can the community do to continue to further? It's really getting the word out that this exists.
Yes, I say push and help advertise our establishment. It's a great place to be, a great place for everyone else to come. They have other resources here. They have youth jobs. They have jobs for the community as well. It's a good thing to do and a good thing to be a part of.
So I want to take you forward because it is just around the corner. Knowing that you got that diploma, you got the cap and gown on, and then you're looking at that vision beyond that. What does the vision look like?
I'm planning on being a paramedic. I want to continue to spread love and care throughout the world, make a positive change everywhere.
And be a healer,
Yes.
right? So what do your family and friends say about this time here?
They're very supportive of it. My kids, they're just as happy as I am. My sisters, they're my biggest support system. My parents, I don't know where I'd be without them. They help me
Absolutely.
a lot.
And how old are your children?
I have 2 8-year-olds and a 6-year-old.
You got twins?
Yes, I do.
Oh, I love that. So you understand that you are being a role model for
Yes.
them. Do they
And that
say
was an important part of the reason I came back. Like, I can't make my kids go to school and graduate if I didn't. Mm-hmm.
So what do they say? What kind of words or phrases do they use to express how proud they are?
Like, Mommy, you doing your homework? You did a good job. Can I help you with your homework? It makes me really happy.
What's been the most difficult thing to overcome?
My day-to-day life things, mixing them with my school schedule. But my teachers and my life coaches have been really supportive of it all.
And I love that aspect because if we think back of going to school when we were in our teens, there was not a life coach.
Yeah.
A lot of it was figure it out, right? We're
Yeah.
going to teach you here. You're going to get involved in sports. Maybe you'll do this extracurricular activity. But what about the mental side of what we're going through? Well, what does that life coaching aspect mean to you?
It means a lot because I have someone to talk to, not just about my school problems, but my personal problems. And they offer resources, personal advice, good advice at that. And they're all open to hearing and understanding.
Being open to it is big. Lastly, because I really do feel the holding of the hands so that you don't feel like, okay, great, I got the diploma, but now what do I do? They're with you every step of the way to continue
Yes.
where you're going in life.
They're here to help us now, after, and later on down the line. Like, I know some alumni that still come back and talk to the life coaches, and they say positive things about them and their after school time being with them. Like, they help them through a lot.
Well, our show's all about positivity, and that's all I hear through these hallways, right? Positivity.
Yes.
What would you tell someone who's thinking about doing it and they're on the fence?
Come. We're needed. You're needed. It's an amazing thing to experience, and it makes you feel better. It
Absolutely.
fixes problems that you didn't know you had.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations,
Thank you.
and I'm excited for your future.
Thank you.
Anita, I can feel the buzz in the hallways, talking to some of the students, talking to the faculty, life coaches, every aspect of what makes Excel Center be so positive. So we're going to change this title that's underneath your name right now from student soon to where it says graduate. What does that mean to you?
Accomplishment. It really means a personal accomplishment that I've come very, 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 very far, and I worked very, very hard to get where I wanted to be, and that now the time is exactly like now the time is here, and it's like I can't be more excited and more grateful.
Yeah, we've been getting chills. I mean, I cried on the show a couple of weeks ago when I heard where people were, where they are now, what they're overcoming. So if you look at where life was, what was the hardest thing to even say? Because a lot of people are watching this thinking, I'm in the same boat. I don't believe in myself, or others don't believe in me. I want to make that call. I want to be at that school.
Yeah.
Did you experience a lot of that also?
I actually did. I did actually have a lot of troubles. I had a lot of troubles in the beginning of coming to the Excel Center, and it was times that to where my faith was very, very, very little, and I just was thinking like, well, this just not the time. It's not the time, because it's kind of more easy to go back to your old ways. I wouldn't say give up, because you have the initiative, like you took the initiative to try to move forward. So I wouldn't say necessarily give up. Go back into the comfortability of not, because success comes with challenges. It really comes with challenges. So, and challenges are hard, and it's easy to, just go back to where you're in a comfortable space versus pushing yourself. So it's been multiple times where I had little faith, and then that gave me even, just now they just believe in me more. So like they have so much faith in me than I had in myself. It gives me also the extra push to like, you can do it. Like, it is possible, and it is getting done. Like, so as far as like having hard troubles or feeling like that, times have come to where like you know, it could be challenging, but it's all worth pushing through.
Yeah, and anybody who watches the show knows that I always say the greatest rewards in life come from walking that uncomfortable walk. Because then you're like, look what I did. If I can overcome that, I can
overcome anything.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So where do you want to go after that diploma?
After my diploma, I am leading towards cybersecurity.
Oh, that's needed.
I've been invested into technology all my life. So I have a thing for technology and gadgets and, you know, figuring everything out, kind of like taking things apart, putting them back together. So I am going to cybersecurity, as I am already have a profession in security.
Okay.
So it kind of like leads me to the more of the technology side as it's growing into the world. So
Sure.
I am going into cybersecurity.
And I love, you know, we talk about the handoff. It's not, here's your diploma, get on your way.
And I love that. I love that it's not like that. I love that it's not like, you know, hey, you work so hard and just, this is it.
Right.
No, it leads you to like, okay, yeah, you worked so hard. Okay, now keep going. Because you've seen that you can, you know, you got through this part. Now it's time for the next journey.
Absolutely.
So yes,
There's
ma'am.
my chill. Every one of you have given me chills in different ways, and it is, you are not alone. What I hear is, you're not just a number. Like, they will forever know your story.
Yes, ma'am.
And you come walking back in these doors, welcome you back in.
And everybody will be amazed that, like, I just can hear them all again saying, and you know, everything in their own little voice about how proud and how long people have come and the journey that they've watched people go through to get to where we're at now.
And it is a journey, and there's a lot of you that might be listening to everybody, all that negative chatter. You don't need to do this. You're not going to do it. You're going to fail. Don't give them power, right?
Do not give them power. Do not give them the leverage to make you belittle yourself any less than what you are, because you're only going to get bigger, never smaller.
Yes,
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 ma'am.
yes. Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much, and I'm
Absolutely.
thankful.
You know, they say when one door closes, another one opens. Possibilities are endless. The Excel Center, affiliated with MERS Goodwill, is here for a high school diploma to get you ready for college and really to get you ready for life. The journey is endless if you believe in yourself. Others may not have, but you could walk through these doors, you could take these classes, and then you set the course for your own journey and your future. You got to believe. I've been waiting to talk to Jamaica because this is the missing part that maybe some of you are like, well, that is what I need. I need that help. I need some funding. I'm on food stamps. I need to know that something's out there for me. So Jamaica, as they can see on the screen, you're in a Skill Up title. Tell everybody what that means.
Okay, so the Skill Up program supports our students who are receiving SNAP benefits, as you mentioned. And so those students who are receiving like food stamps from the government, we support them by providing a little bit more services to them so that they are more employable after graduation. And that is anywhere from assisting with resume assistance, or if they need referrals for job opportunities. That's what we do in the Skill Up.
You know, Jamaica, and a lot of the stories that we're hearing today is people might think that they're coming to the Excel Center and it is, okay, this is amazing, I'm gonna get my diploma, but then that's it, I'm out the door, there's no more help, I'm lost here. And that's not it at all. From so many levels of what do you need from us, right? You're there for them.
As far as Skill Up, we support them while they're attending. We do track their employment, you know, to find out where they were employed. But as far as assisting them, that we kind of leave that to our career and college readiness specialists. But we do work together, so we're often asking them for information, because that information is helpful for my department, because we report that to the state of Missouri.
Sure, and that's that hand-holding, right? From department to department. You've been with the Excel Center how long?
It'll be a year in about a week or so.
So in all the students that you work with, because again, there's that component of, I need that extra assistance, I need that help. What do you hear from them that gets them excited and makes them know, okay, I can do this, I'm pushing forward, and I know that this is working for me?
So part of the intake process that I do as a Skill Up specialist is that I ask them what are their career goals, because we use that information to get an idea of how to create a career pathway while they're here attending the school. If someone comes in saying, I want to be a CNA, we would put them on a pathway to where they can obtain an IRC industry recognized certification, and then we would still, like I said, work with the college and career readiness specialist to ensure that that student is not just leaving here with a diploma, but with the credentials for their career choice.
Absolutely, because again, there's so many walks of life, and the one message we keep saying is people are looking at where they are in their life and thinking, the world's against me, right? There's no way I can do this, or I have children here, I've got these responsibilities, I'm taking care of this person. You know, how am I going to do this? First of all, the Excel Center, this tuition-free program, I just think is amazing. Just trying to get that word out, right? That's our big thing about this today. So anyone that is on the fence, anyone that's watching this and for the first time ever realizing that this is here for them, what would you say to them to have them pick up the call or step in these doors to say, this is my life now?
I would say just do it. You don't want to think too much about it, because the more you think, the more you can talk yourself out of doing it. So if you have that first thought that I want to get my diploma, just pick up the phone, call us, or go to our website and just do the intake process, and then you'll come here and then you'll see how welcoming all of our staff are, and you'll know that this is the best decision, because it is hard for an adult to want to go after something as a diploma because for whatever reason they weren't able to obtain it in high school when they were, at that age, the adolescent age or whatever. So just to know that this is your second chance and you want to take advantage of that, and I'm here to support you from the day you walk in, for orientation, to the assessments, to, walking across the stage, because that's the ultimate goal, is to get that diploma in your hands.
I know. I just wish we were here the day they walk across the stage. That's all I want to see is this cap and gown, right? Just all taking back your memories that maybe you took for granted to realize this was their choice. It hits different, doesn't it?
Absolutely their choice.
Yes. Well, thank you for all the work that you're doing, because it is so necessary. This is just a beautiful place.
Thank you.
Melanie, this role that you play is something that when I heard that this existed here, it really just gave me chills, because, I can think back to going to high school, and while, yes, there were counselors and things that were there, it seems to hit different. And the fact that you are able to help them along when they're struggling, I want you to help everyone that's listening know that role that you play in their life, because I think a lot of people don't think of a life coach in a setting like this.
Yeah, I would say a life coach is a really unique thing for adult learners, because when you're an adult and you're trying to balance coming back to school after a long time, you really have all these other life things that are that can potentially get in the way. I mean, a lot of our students have kids, a lot of our students work part-time or full-time. Sure. So the life coach is really there to kind of coach them through figuring out and prioritizing how to make this work. So that can sometimes just be being a confidant, being a listening ear, a co-problem solver with them. Sometimes it can be setting my students up with other resources that they might need if there's something that we're not able to provide them here, but that they really need to be able to get across that finish line.
Sure. I mean, again, like you're saying, it is definitely a different level from thinking a teenager going and getting their high school diploma to adults. They're already out in the world. Hopefully they've got a part-time job, or maybe they have a full-time job, or this is what they're going for. But then there's kids, and maybe there's parents, aging parents that they're caring for. So many levels, because the ages that are here, it runs the gamut. I love it. I heard, what is the oldest student that you have here or have had here? Do you know?
I believe we have had students in our 80s.
Yes, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, did that not give you chills? That's incredible. Because we always say it does not matter the age that you are. You believe in yourself. Do others not believe in you? Show them, right?
Yeah.
Let them watch.
Yeah. And I think that's a really special thing about our school community here, is that it is so cross-generational. It's a really special place to be, because there aren't that many places nowadays where you can have that type of community. And I think that also really supports our students as well.
And if you hear what Melanie was saying, it is pulling the balance back into life, right? Having the confidant, like you said, listening to, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm trying. It's getting stressful. And here they are. I mean, yes, it's exciting. They are weeks away from the diploma, but this is also, if we all think about, this is when the grind happens. This is when it gets hard. So what are you hearing from them as you're life coaching them?
I'm hearing the wins, and I'm hearing, I'm hearing the, oh, I can't do this anymore, but at the end of the day, I can usually bring people back to, why did you come here? What does this mean to you? And whatever it is, even if we have to take a little break, if there's something that's going on right now and we need to take a little break and come back next term, we can do that.
Yeah, that's what I love.
Yeah, and I'm hearing students who are ready to graduate just talking about how much they appreciate this program and how much the staff has supported them and how much they didn't think they were going to be able to make it, or they thought it was going to take so long, or it was going to take forever. And then they're like, wow, I'm actually finally here. It flew by. I don't want to leave. I want to stay. Like, I'm going to miss all of you guys.
But you're like, hey, little birdie, it's time for you to go into the world.
Right. Yeah.
So lastly, because as you mentioned, and it is a really powerful thing to think about, when they say to you, I don't think I can do this, it's very reminiscent to probably how they felt prior to walking in these doors. It's probably what other people said about them, the labels that we've been talking about that they've been put on. For what you are able to say to them and others here to keep them going, what does that mean to you?
It means so much to me. I personally didn't always do the best in school. So I can even relate to what some of my students are feeling. And it was those teachers that were able to explain things to me in a way that I could understand, or just support me and say hey, you have something to offer, you have something to give. So that's what I try to communicate to my students, and what I hope that they feel when they leave here, that they can do anything and they can believe in their unique gifts.
Again, the Excel Center, when you hear that and everybody else hears that, what if they were to flip through and you're like, what is the description of the Excel Center? What would you say to them?
I would say it is a place to come, be yourself, and achieve your dreams.
Drop the mic. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you so much.
All right, Angie, first of all, we have to thank Angie because you were the one that said, you've got to come and tell our story. And boy, what a story it is to tell. You said that you come into work every day and get chills and get emotional to know what you're doing, the impact that you're playing in these adult lives. That's what's amazing, right? Because we can all think back when we were blessed to go to school and get a diploma when we were in high school. Now they're making that choice, and you are readying them for life. So tell them what your role is besides, we've been saying the diploma, and then we talk about certifications. You are taking that next step with them.
So as our students get close to the end of their journey, so they need about 24 credits, and as they get close to that end, we start helping them plan with those certifications. What will that look like when they leave here to get them to that employment piece? It might be a job interview, getting their resume ready and pump them up a little bit for that, and then practice those skills. And if they want college, based on whatever their career journey is, we'll get them ready for that and put all those puzzle pieces together. And that's kind of where the CCRs come in. And not only do we take care of them while they're here, we follow them for every bit of a year or longer. Yeah. I have students that come in constantly, okay, now I'm ready. I wasn't ready then, but now I'm ready to get my certification. Because some certifications you can't get until you have your high school diploma.
Sure.
So we help them navigate all those things.
So you've been here since 22.
Yes.
Right? In that time frame, what have you heard when they've walked back in the door? Hey, Miss Angie, guess what? Here's what I'm doing now. Anything that really stands out in moments of, oh, I remember when?
I just had a student last week say, I don't have to worry about my electric getting turned off anymore.
Wow.
That's huge.
Yes.
Our students have been in fight or flight mode for so long of their entire lives. Or I don't have to be on food stamps anymore. Yeah. I'm taking care of my family. Mm-hmm. We are not all women, but we have a lot of single moms. And we have some single dads, and the fact that they are helping take care of their families by themselves, for the first time.
And you are giving them a new lease on life, because many of the students we've talked to, or many of the stories that we've heard, were that if they gave power to anyone who didn't believe in them, how different their life would look.
Yeah, so they're empowering themselves, and then they go and they share that, right? They're sharing with their community members like, oh my gosh, look where my diploma led me. Not just I have a diploma, right? It's that diploma led me to a bigger piece of their life that they never could have imagined.
Sure. So. And you, like some of the others that we've spoken to, you were in a setting where you taught. You very easily could have been like, okay, well, I'm retiring from that. What am I going to do? How fulfilling is it, again, because these are adults, how fulfilling is it to teach these students as opposed to the students you taught before?
Teaching adults that want that for themselves is huge, and they're unstoppable. You know, I'm not saying it's sunshine and rainbows every day because it's hard. You know, putting the grit and the work in is hard. And then we do have ups and downs days. We all do. But to see them reach that goal that they want, or, you know what, I made it through today. Yep, you did. Let's just tackle tomorrow when it gets here, you know. But giving them empowerment on their own is the most, it's just heartwarming, and just to know that they're going to be okay.
And one of the things that I love, you know, we had just a few weeks back, we had some of the past graduates that were on, and they were, you know, being very real and very raw, which, you know, I love, saying, well, Monica, I was doing this. I was not in the best life. I was an addict, and maybe I was in prison. You hear all these stories, and suddenly the entire journey, it's like the debris gets out of the way, and they have this clear path and this whole world to be whatever they want. I'm going to guess that somehow every single day you have chills or you cry.
Every day. Every day. I can cry telling you that. It's just, they're just so motivated, and they want better for themselves. They want better for their family. And it's, you're gonna have to come to a graduation.
That's what
because I'm telling you, it is a day like no other.
Absolutely.
It just makes you feel blessed in your own life. That, you know,
blessed. That's the word I love.
Yeah.
What final thing would you say for anybody that's on the fence that says, I don't know if it's my time?
It is your time. You know, we don't have the ability every day to just, you know, take all classes all day long. You may have to work. So fine, come in for 1 hour. Just do one class. Yeah. And you're going to quickly learn. We're a big family.
Family, community.
We're a big family.
Again, for my community, by the way, share this like crazy and let people know that it's here. Thank you for letting us know.
I knew. I'm like, she's gonna love this, and then she's gonna have chills because I love coming to work every day, knowing we're just helping people help themselves. Yeah. I don't really do it. They're doing all the hard work.
That's true, but they couldn't do it without all of you helping them along. Thank you for what you do.
No, thank you.
So Alex, thank you so much again for having us here. I love the evolution of what I hear when someone first came here and how they stay here and then they continue to move up. So you were an evening teacher first?
I was, yep. I taught all kind, 5 different classes. I taught PE, I taught financial foundations, history courses. So that's how I got involved here.
And then from the evening teacher, you continue to grow. You're the assistant director.
Yeah,
now.
So then a job opened up and I was a teacher for about 2 months. And then I'm actually the first assistant director. They created this role.
Oh, wow.
And I was just right place, right time.
And so
lucky.
You've been here total how long?
I started full-time last January.
Last year? Okay.
So
again, we're so excited because we're talking about the graduates and then more to come in and this door that opens up for them. You know, and you think about the future that each and every one of these students that ever walk in the door, the impact that you're having on their lives. First as a teacher, and now you're like, okay, here's what I'm hearing that they want. And being able to come forward and bring to the table your ideas. And what I've seen here is it's always met with yes, right? You have your finger on the pulse of what they're wanting. What have you seen in the evolution of the last year?
When I got to Goodwill, I didn't know the mission of changing lives through the power of work. But like, to me, that like hit home. Like I was in Catholic schools my whole career teaching. And so like, I was kind of already that mission driven. And when I got here, it was, an easy purpose. So, just helping them get the jobs, get better jobs. I mean, that's why we're here. And anytime somebody comes back and says, hey, I got a raise, or, I got a different job, or I finished this certification, like that's why we're here.
And I know, and Alex, it's so interesting because it's easy to go through life and go, oh, okay, yeah, kind of a little pat on the back, but this is a big deal.
Yeah.
These are people who never saw themselves doing this, ever able to say, I have a high school diploma, right? They didn't think those things. So I think maybe you could give us all a wake-up call to say, realize those little things matter.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's one of my favorite things is like some of our students, what they go through this on a daily basis, just to get here. They tackle so many challenges like, that I don't tackle in a year. Just, on their way here. So like, those little things are what, that matters to me.
Yeah, not taking those for granted.
No. When you work with our students, you get to know that real quick, what's important, and seeing their drive. They're not getting paid to be here. They're sacrificing in that department as well. So it's just inspiring.
What do you hear from the students? Because here you were the teacher. That was the education piece. Now they're looking at, wow, look at I mean, you're a role model to them because they look at the possibilities of going from this to a higher role. They're watching you, probably like saying, hey,
yeah, it was, when I got promoted, it was really like special because like they were all excited. I mean, I'd come into class and they'd like clap, like, and you know, I still, you know, people come, students come in and they're just like, man, you've really like stepped up and made it. Because, you know, I got here teaching personal finance foundation, and we talk a lot about goals and like, you know, always reaching for the stars, you know, kind of thing. And, you know, they went, you know, my little part of the world, elevating is, I think, cool story for them.
Absolutely. So what are you hoping to see? Obviously more students understanding that this is here for them, but in this assistant director role, what kind of a footprint are you hoping to make?
Yeah, so I always say one of my main roles is the night school. So I don't know if you guys talked about that as much, but I kind of supervise the night program. We got a really robust night program, probably, you know, over 100 students maybe. I'm guessing at that. But we do have a lot of students at night. So, you know, I continue to like seeing that grow. It's kind of a different, a lot of our students at night work full time, you know, all the time. So that I like seeing that grow. And then, you know, for me, I think we have a lot of room, a lot of opportunity to really teach skills, not only the academics. So, you know, finding those work skills, you know, and instill in our classrooms that will help them when they get out and go to the world, that not only do they have that piece of paper, but they can be on a team, they can be a leader, they can speak in, you know, in front of people. So.
Well, I love the fact that you talked about the night program because I really want to stress the flexibility of the hours, the flexibility of I can't continue, but it's going to be waiting there for me. I'm going to pick right back up where I left off.
Yeah.
So many things that you all have thought about to make it happen for them.
I'd never heard of this before I started working here. I'd never heard of the Excel Center. And I was just hooked from day one. Absolutely. I really was. Like, it was just, I had like 10 students my first time teaching finance, and I had no idea what I was doing, you know, starting, and it was just every day. I mean, I'd teach all day, teach kids or high school, wherever I was at that time. And I'd come here and it was like a joy, you know, it wasn't even like work. So it was awesome.
And that's when you know you're walking in your purpose.
That's right. That's right.
Well, thank you for what you do.
All right. Thank you.
So Melissa, we've talked about so many different roles that people play here. This is the exciting aspect, right? So first their mind is set on, I am coming in the doors, I'm getting my diploma. They may not be thinking about that college readiness, but you are. You're there to help them. So tell us about your role.
Yeah, so my role is helping them actually put those goals and dreams into action. So we are determining a career pathway, right? You've gotten to this point, but where are you headed next? So one of the things our students do is they take a career exploration course, and they have the option to do this for dual credit with St. Louis Community College, or they can do it just as a regular course depending on who's teaching. And they go through these steps to figure out, like, what are my current skills? What do I want to do in the future? And how can I kind of align all of those things together? So part of my role is facilitating that course, but also then taking that information and helping them really make a plan to level up and then execute that plan.
Well, right, let them go through, be doing their studies, focusing on that, not having to think about this at all. That's why you're here, that's what you're doing. But I love this, that you have evolved yourself because you were a life coach and then you moved into this. Differentiate the two roles.
Right, so I started as part of the initial team that opened up the school, and I was a life coach for the first like 6 years. So, you know, I'm that starting person, right? I'm with you from the time you enroll to you walk across the stage as a life coach. But as a CCR, I'm kind of picking you up midway. So I always know the students just in general, and I may have you in a class or something before that, but then it's really figuring out, like, okay, how are we getting to this next level? And that's where the college and career readiness piece comes in. So then in this role, I'm more focused on what's happening next as well as what's happening while you're here, and kind of making those work together, where as a life coach, you're doing a lot of barrier removal, crisis intervention type things. With the college and career specialist, you're really more focused on those goals. We help with enrollment into college, different apprenticeships, training programs. So
yeah, I mean, that's why so many roles are needed here. And I love the fact that you have filled all of those, because it is first getting them in the door, having the teaching component, the life coaching, the here, the now, the what is going on, the stressors of life, the mental side, and then it is the future, right? We talk about the present, the past, the future, leave the past and all the labels that you couldn't do this behind, and let's go. How excited are you that they're getting ready, more of them? Because again, it's just open door and revolving door and more of them coming through. But how excited are you that graduation's right around the corner?
Oh, graduation is our favorite day. And I think, you know, I've had the opportunity as a coach in the classroom, as the college and career specialist, and I am always learning from my students. You know, we're teaching adults, we're not teaching kids, and that is part of it. I may learn from my student just as much as, you know, they may learn something from myself. And I think just knowing as adults, like, all of the things that they are working through on a daily basis, prioritizing themselves, putting themselves first, like to see that on graduation. And sometimes I get the honor of handing them their diploma and giving that hug on stage and having that moment with them that they have worked so hard for. Like, everything about this program is about them and their success. Like, I'm just a piece of what's happening.
You are a moment in their journey, and then you're probably like a proud mama of, wait, I don't want you to go. Okay, never mind, I've got more to teach.
Well, and with that being said, part of the cool thing is, I mean, I do maintain contact and relationships with our graduates and our alumni. So myself and some of the coaches that have even moved on to other roles, like, we stay connected with our graduates. We watch our graduates celebrate each other and their accomplishments on social media. We have a student currently in nursing school, and anytime someone graduates or does something, you look on that social media and you see other Excel alumni right there with them, like cheering them on, celebrating their success. So we really just create that family that stays with them even once they graduate from here. I mean, and we're part of that family, they're part of all of that.
Well, and some come from broken homes and they don't even really know what family looks like. This is their family.
Yeah, I think that, you know, absolutely, everybody has a unique individual story, and we do create a family environment here, whether it's with the staff or with their peers. I think we do aim to be like one big family.
I hope you all hear that. The support has been absolutely amazing here. So that final question to you, because we want more to walk in the door. We want to go 10, 20 plus years from now to know thousands upon thousands dreamed big and then did it. For those that are thinking, I've never heard of Excel Center, now I just love these stories. What makes them pick up that phone or walk in these doors?
Yeah, just taking that first step. Just show up, try us out, see what we're like. We are not like other adult education programs. And I've had the opportunity to work with other programs in the past, and we are different. We are real classrooms, real teachers, a real support system. I always say we feel very much like a community college. When you walk in, you're learning with other adults that have a similar goal in mind. And I just think that give us a try, because we are different.
Yep, the world's your oyster after that point.
Yes.
And they're there with you every step of the way.
Every step of the way.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.